Good evening, I'm Bo Williams, and welcome to the 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories right now. And topping the list for us tonight, Tennessee's tax-free weekend started today, which means you won't get charged on sales tax on back-to-school related items. We're talking things like computers, clothing, most school supplies are exempt from sales tax this weekend. However, all clothing and school supplies need to be under $100 per item to qualify for the exemption, and computers or tablets need to be under $1,500.
State of Tennessee for several years puts on this holiday for all retailers to offer incentives to shoppers. It's a great way to save money. It kicks off, hard to believe, the back-to-school shopping season. It's hard to believe the calendar's already turning to that. So it's a great way to kick off what people are already turning the page on and having to focus on in terms of school supplies, clothing for the new year.
It also applies to online shopping as well. Next in our Big 7 for you tonight, the Blount County Sheriff's Office is investigating a deadly shooting tonight in the Seymour area. Now, we're told a person was found dead at a home off Maple Road last night. A person of interest has been arrested and is now in custody at the Blount County Jail. Charges, we understand, though, are pending. Now, very little information is being shared at this moment. Of course, we'll make sure to follow the investigation. Next on our Big 7 list, East Tennessee law enforcement is on the lookout for an escaped inmate, and now deputies know who he may be with. Fentress County Sheriff's deputies say this man, James Kelly Estes, ran away from the county jail last night while on a work detail. Authorities believe he may now be in a vehicle and traveling with his wife. The sheriff's office just shared this picture with us of Deania Keith Estes. We're told she's 40, blonde hair, about 5'4". Now, the escaped inmate, her husband, James Estes, is roughly 5'11", weighs around 210 pounds. He was last seen wearing an orange baseball hat, a peach-colored shirt, white shorts, and tennis shoes. We're also told the two may be traveling in a white Ford Fusion, Tennessee tag 804 BGJT. Now, if you see them, you are urged not to approach. Instead, you need to call 911. After a short stint in the hospital, the Knoxville man accused of killing the mother of his child earlier this week is now behind bars. 20-year-old Juan Carlos Diaz-Perez was booked overnight. He's facing a charge of first-degree murder after we're told the body of his girlfriend, 18-year-old Cecily Perez, was found in his abandoned pickup. Now, on Tuesday, we showed you the manhunt for Perez. We're told police were tipped off to the location of the truck by a family member of the suspect. They say Diaz-Perez admitted to killing his girlfriend and was going to kill himself. Law enforcement went to the residence on Mercer Street and began their investigation. KPD believes the victim was killed by blunt force trauma in their Knoxville home. Well, we showed you Tuesday night video of law enforcement pulling evidence from the home to start their investigation. Bond, we understand, has not been set. Of course, we'll make sure to follow this case for you as it makes its way through the court system. A man indicted for the suspected murder of his former boss appeared in court this morning. As we've been reporting, 38-year-old Daniel Arwood is facing first-degree murder and several other charges, including unlawful possession of a firearm. Arwood is accused of shooting and killing 29-year-old Aaron Russell, Arwood's former boss, in February. Now, we're told Russell apparently fired Arwood just 1 week prior to the shooting. Arwood's next scheduled appearance in court is set for September 13th. Next up tonight, we have an update on an East Tennessee family stricken with tragedy. You know, earlier this month, a vehicle fire killed 1-year-old Oakley Montague. Well, his two brothers, 3-year-old Maximus and 2-year-old Hendrix, were badly injured in the flames after their dad pulled them out of the vehicle. Maximus and Hendrix have had to undergo several procedures and have been at the hospital since the accident. Today, we're told Maximus has opened his eyes, but is very limited on what he can do because of all his bandages. And Hendrix, well, he apparently is acting like nothing happened. The boy's aunt says Hendrix is, quote, giving the nurses a run for their money, end quote. Well, the power's back on, but it's still pretty smoky over near the site of yesterday's fire at a car junkyard. We sent a crew to the old Rutledge Pike location of Junk Car Mafia. That's out in East Knox County, just north of the Holston River. Firefighters were out overnight keeping an eye out for any hot spots. Now, you may have seen the thick black smoke in the sky yesterday. We're told several salvage cars were on fire when fire crews arrived, along with the building that was right next to the vehicles. Rural Metro tells us a car was in the garage area being worked on when it caught fire. Workers apparently tried to pull the burning car from the building, but were unsuccessful, so the flames spread. KUB had to cut power to around 500 customers during the firefighting effort, but again, that power is now back on tonight, and the good news is no one was hurt.